Hey Jase, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks.
Just wondering if you could give us a quick update on the squad. Any injuries or other COVID concerns heading into this weekend's game?
Other COVID concerns, or what did you mean by that? There's none at the moment.
Sorry, any injury updates or COVID concerns?
No, we're pretty good. Just got Ollie Jaeger had a bit of a niggly calf. We're just waiting to see how he gets through the week. Obviously, Lester was out last week, but he's available. Everyone else is good to go.
Good position to be in then, of course. 3 wins from 3 games, a pretty healthy squad. A couple of returning All Blacks last week, so and not a bad place to be.
Yeah, I think we're reasonably happy with where we're at as a squad, injury-wise, which is always nice. Things can change pretty quick, obviously, but yeah, we're it's a different intensity this weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah, I guess how does that affect your preparation? Does it stay relatively similar to Moana Pacifica, or expecting that lift in intensity, do you change things a little bit?
It's definitely going to be a lift in intensity, 100%. But we prepare with respect for any team we play. So I guess this has got a little bit more in it. We've got a full squad to choose from, and everyone's available, as I'm sure the Chiefs have as well. So repeat of last year's final as well. So no doubt that brings a little bit more of an edge to the week.
And I guess that means, with all the squad being so well, there's a lot of competition for spots. People like Richie and Cody coming back wanting to start, of course. So it makes for a nice, healthy equation there.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. There's usually always a few people unhappy on a Monday morning around here, but that's the way it is. It's like a job interview every week for the boys. They just want to know they're in the 23, and but it is what it is, and we get round whoever's starting or whoever's finishing or whatever the mix may look like. Everyone gets stuck into the week.
And what have you made of the Chiefs so far this season?
Yeah, I think they're a good side. I thought they played really well. Good periods of the game last week against the Blues. I thought Sam Cane had a reasonably solid game for early in the season, which is obviously great to see for him. And I think their four-pack will bring a real intensity that we haven't come up against this year. So we're definitely looking forward to that battle.
Lastly, for me, what would you like to see from your team in terms of improvements or lifts in anywhere in the game?
I think we've got to step up in most areas, to be fair with you, Joe. I think it's important that we move forward and keep tracking in the right direction. But I think there's to name one area would be probably a little bit unrealistic. I think there's all areas of the game we've got to lift our whole game in general, really.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, mate. All the best for the week.
Cheers. Thank you.
Hey, Jase. When you make as many changes as you did last week and the way the game went, do you still review the game in a similar way to what you normally do, or not?
Yep. Yeah, we do. 100% we do. Guys were giving opportunities. I think it's the first time in probably about 6-7 years that we've ever had 6 debutants in one game. So you've got to take a moment to reflect on that and obviously realise how proud it was for those boys to get an opportunity at Super Rugby level. So, and then we come in on the Monday and, we got the bonus point, but we still had a lot of areas that, were pretty messy as you would have seen. So it's important we tidy those up and we're honest about them and don't put them under the table. You've got to deal with what's in front of you, and otherwise it could come back and bite you. So we've addressed that and put that to bed sort of yesterday, and looking forward to what's going to be a bit of a ding-dong battle this week, to be fair.
Just on Abraham Poley, I know a few weeks ago you mentioned if he didn't play for you, you'd end up playing for someone this year. Now, does it change now that he's played? Does that just change? Is he sort of locked in now, or what's the go there, Jase?
No, I think it's different for the front row boys, which I think's a great thing. We've obviously still got him in our program for this week until we get the all clear on Ollie Jaeger, so he's our cover. But I think for front rowers he is available. I know Az has been pretty keen to get him up there. So it is what it is. But at the moment he's with us. So what will be, but I think it is good. There's a little bit of flexibility and some thinking with New Zealand rugby, and especially front row depth and so forth. So.
Oh, cool. With sort of officials wanting to hurry up the game a little bit around line-out scrums and less TMO, what's been your assessment on over 3 weeks of action? Do you feel like it's working? It has been hurried up?
Yeah, I think it's been good. Average time for the reset scrums are down just around that 30-second mark, and you can't rush that. If teams are slowing it up, well, that's a different story. But you can't rush it, and then safety become an issue or at risk. But I think generally it's been pretty good. It was a little bit messy at times in the weekend with the game slowing up, but I think overall, if you look at the competition, she's been pretty quick.
You mentioned some Chiefs before, and you get them twice in 3 weeks, which is pretty rare, and the Blues sandwiched them in between. Speaking of the Chiefs twice in 3 weeks, does that change anything?
Oh, look, it's a pretty intensive period we're coming into, that's for sure. And I think any Chiefs Crusader battle's a bit of a ding dong. I think Brodie's a bit of an enforcer in their pack. He's added a bit of steel to them, and as I said before, I think Sam Kane's playing some good footy. They've got big ball carriers, Simasoni, he's in phenomenal form as a young hooker and got a massive future. So we've talked about all that, but as far as of what's ahead, I know it's a cliche, but we just got to take care of this week first. But there's definitely it's an intensive block coming up for us.
Lastly, for me, can you just give us your assessment on your area around the forwards, and the maul defence, the maul, the scrumming? What's your assessment on the first 3 weeks of action of your area?
Yeah, I'll give it a pass mark, but I think the real test is, with all due respect, is still to come yet. I think the Chiefs scrum, in all honesty, I think Nick White's got them going extremely well, and I think they're the best, one of the best scrums in the comp. I think he's done a phenomenal job with them, and I think that battle's going to be a bit of a boxing match this week. There's going to be a few rounds go to one team and a few might go to the other, but yeah, we're looking forward to that. I think he's done a great job up there with those boys.
Has that got you on edge, Jase? That's obviously you've got to love that, knowing you've got that big challenge coming.
Oh, I'm always on edge. Always trying to keep the boys on edge as well, It's not that I'm walking around with a big stick, but they know it's in the corner if I need it. But no, I think any of these battles, it's a replay of the final last year. I know everyone's going to have full squads, and yeah, it should be a good go. Really looking forward to it.
Thanks, Jase.
No worries.
Lucy.
Hi, Jason. Obviously, physicality was big on the weekend. How are you planning to address that this week heading into that Chiefs game?
Sorry, I just missed that, Lucy.
Physicality was a big one on the weekend. How are you addressing that this week heading into Saturday?
Addressing it, I'm just not quite sure of your question, I'm sorry. What, did you mean like we didn't have any, or?
The physicality was big on the weekend. So in terms of
how you
are addressing that, you've got a lot of intensity and it's going to be another tough clash against the Chiefs. So how are you preparing this week? Yeah,
we just make sure the boys recovered well from the weekend. You're 100% right. There was some good physical hits from Wana Pacifica, and likewise there was for us in the ball carry area, and the breakdown will definitely be a big aspect, as it is in any Chiefs Crusaders game. So we'll look to do a little bit of work there.
And obviously, first home game, there'll be some crowds there, albeit reduced numbers. How important though is it to have that home crowd support again? Yeah,
look, it is nice, isn't it, that we're going to be at home. We've been away for a while, but I think the opportunity for a few of our members and our sponsors and that to come along, and some families a little bit limited, which is a shame. It is pretty exciting, and I think that it's potentially there is a little bit of sun on the horizon, which is quite nice when you look at what's happening in Aussie with crowds. And the Foo Fighters sold out, didn't they? So that looked pretty cool. So yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? We're getting there.
Cheers, Jason.
No worries.
Lynn, we can probably only take a couple more questions. But Jase, I think we've probably got Braden standing by. So through to you, Lynn.
Okay, just one quick one, Jase. So just with the Drua winning at the weekend and Moana Pacifica coming in. How good is it for you from a coaching perspective to have the different elements that these sides bring?
Yeah, oh look, it's really good. I was really thrilled for the Drua. Obviously, you know, pretty close to my heart, the old Fiji boys, with being involved with those lads in the national team, and keeping a close eye on them, and talking to Mick Byrne and Jacko quite closely, you know, with how they're tracking. And I think it's good flavour, like for them to win and beat the Rebels. I think it's a great boost for them. You know, a lot of people probably thought they wouldn't win a game this year, but you know, they'll get better. The Fijians, once they get fit and they get a bit of belief, you know, they can upset anyone. And I think Moana Pacifica can be extremely proud of the energy they brought to the competition, the culture that they've got, and their own point of difference as a team. And I think that it's just great for the competition. And look, there's probably going to be a little bit of pain early with a few scores, but look, you know, they're in the comp and it is what it is, and they're making their mark in their own little way on the competition. I think it's exciting.
Great stuff. Thank you.